Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I Was the Teenage Exocolonist. What? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I Was the Teenage Exocolonist. We're back. We return with our final episode of the Rex Run. We have 3 endings to get, and we're just gonna get started. I'm going to be mainly doing construction right now, because we gotta make sure we get all of that ready so we can get the architect ending first, and then hobbyist, and then we will date Nomi and Rex at the same time as we get the governor ending. Heck yeah. So I'm gonna go back into doing construction, and if anything important happens, I will show you when the time comes. Ooh, for a date, you head up to the roof. Rex leads you up onto the roof of the Helio, long since built over to support various ladders and platforms and hiding holes. The place he leads you has a few pillows and blankets tucked away in it, which come in handy when the wind whips up and makes everything unusually chilly for Vertumna. "This is one of my favorite places," Rex says, kissing your shoulder, "and I'm with one of my favorite people. Who could ask for more?" Aww. Ooh, Rex joins the two of you again. Oh yeah. Vertumnalia! And you know what time it is? Time for a coup! Mars! We will destroy him. We won! And Mars is the governor! This is your last time, Mars. Next time, it's my turn. There we go. We made it through. The end. Let's see. You reached your 20th birthday. Aw, yeah, look at that. Oh, we look amazing. Architect. Your many years of hauling around mushwood and scampering up scaffolding have paid off. Your bod is buff and your mind is sharp. And when Al and Bernie are ready to train up a new architectural engineer, you're their first pick. You have a lot to learn, but you're up for the task. You make beautiful things. Of course, you've never been one to resign themselves to mediocrity. After learning everything you can from Al and Bernie, you start the first architectural firm on Vertumna. There's a hunger along the colony for homes beyond the bland, utilitarian living quarters you had to build when you were a teenager. Using light and pliable mushwood as a base, you design curving, multi-level structures that attract people like bowerbirds. Sure, they're not comfortable to live in, but they are unique. But what about Mars? As for your love life, Mars is never really one to settle down long term. You date on and off for a few years, never exclusively. Okay, yeah, so that's the same. Eventually you fall out of the habit of sleeping together and drift apart as your lives change. She enjoys a string of lovers, Tangent, Utopia, Rex again, a number of people from the Heliopause. Everyone wants her, nobody can cage her. What about your lover Rex grows from a good boy to a good man. Rex has a passion for creating things that will outlive him, whether it's taking care of the colony's kids or helping to build something that people would use for generations. He shares your vision for a strong, sustainable Vertumna, and soon becomes indispensable to you on the construction crew. With Rex as your right-hand man, you create great things together. In the evenings, he can be found slinging drinks behind his bar, though you do convince him to hire a few more people to help out. Where does he even find the energy? You continue to date both Mars and Rex, at least until things end naturally with Mars. Rex has a lot of love to spread around, and so do you. Together, you embark on the adventure of dating other people, sometimes at the same time. There's jealousy and hurt feelings sometimes, but your relationship only gets better and better with every heartfelt conversation, not to mention every steamy shared affair. Rex builds you a custom house so you both have your own living quarters. It's all very salacious, and Rex enjoys being the talk of the colony. Rex is very into the idea of children and contributes a few of his own before you're ready to have some with him. Between your kids and the ones that visit him from time to time, your swingin' bachelor pad becomes a family home filled with love. Rex always seems abundantly happy in his lot in life, like crashing on Vertumna was the best thing that ever happened to him. It's remarkable that the Heliopause could have made someone like him, but you're glad it did. He slows down as time goes on, mellowing out and becoming more quiet in his self-confidence. He confides in you that his dog genes will probably mean that his life will be a little shorter than the average human's, but that he wouldn't trade any minute of it. Aww. Alright, you die at a ripe old age surrounded by loved ones. We have reached the end of our life once more. Is that a person? It's me! Alright, now on to our next ending. We're going to be getting the hobbyist, which means I'm just going to be lazy the entire time. But this time I can't be as rebellious, because that's what got us the rebel ending last time. So we'll go through that, and then we'll move on to the governor ending. Oh, look! So, somebody mentioned in one of the last videos that there is a way to meet Al and Bernie at childhood, but they didn't know how. I found it! So it is Quiet 2, Year 11. I don't know if this can happen sooner or later. I've literally been relaxing every single month, so this is when it popped up. You're hanging out in the lounge and watching vids when Mars pulls you out of the cushions. She has a devious look on her face. Yabby, it's your lucky day. You get to help me clean my bedroom. How's that lucky? She puts her hands on her hips. Because you get to hang out with me all day, of course. And bonus, I might let you read my holo mags. You know, I wouldn't trust anyone near all my most precious things. Okay, fine. Really? She laughs. That was easy. Follow me. My dad said it has to be finished by tonight, so we better get started. Mars's room is worse than you expected. The door barely opens because there's so much junk in the way. It's mostly clothes. Mars has an extensive wardrobe and spends all her kudos at the nanoprinters making more. She plops down on her bed. I'll be the supervisor, she says. You start by taking the dirty clothes down to the laundry room. Work hard. You wash and fold and sweep and put everything away. It's tiring work, but it feels good to make progress. Mars just sits and reads old beauty magazines on her holopalm. Hello, Princess. Mars's dads, Uncle Al and Uncle Bernie, pop their heads through the door after a few hours. They're everyone's uncles, and as usual, covered in a layer of dust from the sawmills. How's cleanup going? Mars scrambles to turn off her holopalm and jumps off the bed to help you pack away the last of her school supplies. Oh, I see. Uncle Bernie put his hands on his hips. You recruited a friend to help you, did you? Yabby, he asks you. Did Mars clean too, or did you do all the work here? It was me! All me! And did she offer you kudos for her hard work? Uncle Al asks. You shake your head no. Should she have? Al gives Mara a disappointed look. That's odd, because she knows she gets her allowance for doing her chores, not just for being our perfect little girl. They tell you to finish up and get ready for dinner. After they leave, Mars looks a little put out by the exchange. My dad and Papa are the best, obviously, she says, but they're always trying to teach me these lessons. They don't know that being this fabulous is hard work too? She pouts. She swipes her holopalm to give you a couple kudos, your share of her allowance. Stick with me, and I'll teach you to be fabulous too one day. In another timeline we were, Mars. That's cool, you can meet them really early. We made it. We relaxed all the way through our lives, and we kept our thing up so we wouldn't be a rebel. Let's see if this got us the hobbyist. Aw, yeah, look at us, just vibing and chilling. Hobbyist. You're a jack of all trades, a hobbyist, dabbling in all things and moving on as your interests change. You never really find a focus for your career like your friends seem to do with ease. You relax. You define yourself by your relationships and life experiences rather than work. People appreciate how attentive you are, and how you're always hungry to hear about their day. You always have time for them, and that makes them feel important. You're good at being present and enjoying the little things in life. You are very, very happy despite all of the trouble that happened because I didn't save my parents. I didn't help with the colony at all. Lum is still the governor. Don't know how long I'll be very, very happy. I didn't even have any friends. And now we're dead again. Alright, it's time for the governor ending. I'm going to jump back in our Mars playthrough. That way we can befriend Rex and Nomi while we raise up our persuasion and our rebellion. And when the time comes for us to romance and start a coup, I will be back with you. See you later. Oh, it looks like it is possible to get them as a secret admirer. I just got Rex. Are you my secret admirer? Rex smiles warmly. Course I am, he says, though I guess it's not so secret now. I like you too. Rex perks up. Oh yeah, he says. That's cool. Going for a smooch. Rex's butt wiggles as you lean in and press a kiss to his cheek. When you pull away, he chases you and gives you a peck on the mouth, just as quick. "Wanna get out of here?" Rex asks, grinning and wiggling his eyebrows. "Lead the way." You and Rex spend some time getting to know each other better. Dang, that's cool. I wonder what you would have to do to get Nomi, because I still haven't gotten them yet. But I have been befriending them and Rex at the same time, so that could be it. I'm back. We should talk about it. Alright. Let's see. Rex leans into your space, fixing you with a flirtatious look. "I just want to know where you're at. What do you want from me?" "I like you. Will you be my boyfriend?" Rex's eyes go wide. "What?" he stammers, standing up straight. He points at himself. "Me? Really?" Rex links his fingers behind his head and rocks back on his heels. "I never really dated anyone before," he confesses. "Like, I love people, and I really like fooling around with people, but those aren't always the same people, if you catch what I'm saying. It's like how I love Nomi, but I don't want to be sexy with them. And I've definitely hooked up with people I didn't really feel anything for, just because it was fun and we both wanted to." He stops rocking and takes your hands. "If you're okay with that, I think we could have a lot of fun and just see where it goes." "Yeah, we should date." "Really?" Rex says, perking up. You didn't realize how nervous he must have been until he hit you with the gigawatt smile, the full force of his excitement. "You want to date me? I want to date you! That's galactic!" he exclaims. I don't know what to do next." "What about Nomi?" "What about them?" Rex asks quizzically. "Oh, you mean how close we are?" Rex laughs and scratches behind his ear. "I mean, you know I love Nomi like a sibling," he says. His voice is heavy with fondness. "More even. They're my best friend. Kind of like, you know, my soulmate, platonically. That makes sense." "Really?" Rex says, perking up. "You're okay with that? Because Nomi is really important to me. Not saying you won't be, but like, we're just getting to know each other, so..." He laughs. "Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, I'm just really excited. You want to date me? I want to date you. That's galactic." "What do we do now?" Rex asks you. We have reached Vertumnalia once more. We know what happens here. But now it's time for something different. Mars steeples her fingers. "But the question is, who would we get to replace him? Obviously, I think I'm a great candidate, but I'm willing to consider other options." "I should be the governor." Mars barks out a laugh of surprise. "You?" she exclaims. "No way. No offense, Gabby. I just didn't expect it." "Well," she says, flipping her hair over her shoulder, "may the best person win, I guess. And by that, I mean me." Oh, they all support Mars. "No, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win." "Why should I support you? I would make a better governor than Lum." Rhett laughs. "You're a regular little politician on the campaign trail, aren't you? You've got a lot of guts asking me to remove a professional soldier from leadership during a time of war, to replace him with a child. Why the hell shouldn't I go tell Governor Lum right now that there's mutiny underfoot? Lum screwed up and you know it." So far, no change in dialogue, it looks like. "That's okay." "Sounds stellar," she says, clapping you on the back. "The only question is, who you got in mind to replace him?" "Me." "You?" Utopia drawls, then laughs. "Sorry, I didn't mean to tease, but aren't you a mite young for the job?" "No, I'm not." "When you strike to kill. If Lum knows I'm moving against him, he'll put me on the wall. Thank you." Instance nods and turns back to her holoscreen. "Well," Seek asks, "for whom do you intend me to cast my vote, It better be good. If you don't get a majority support, Lum will come down hard on those of us who show disloyalty. He may be an idiot, but he's an idiot in power. Me, of course." Seek looks you up and down. They sneer. "Well, you clearly know how to get your way. Good luck, then. When the time comes, you'll have my support." "Thank you." "It's time." You catch Mars's eye, and she nods in solidarity. "You've planned this for so long, and now is your chance to strike while everyone is watching. If you can get the entire council to speak out against Lum today, maybe the rest of the colony is ready for a change. Anyone is better than Lum, even a teenager." The governor raises his hand for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. "Pioneers of Vertumna," he begins. "We stand here today not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck he makes a ringing gesture, of the planet herself. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth. Join Mars at the stage. You put yourself between her and Lum's honor guard. She flashes you a giddy, grateful smile and turns back to the crowd. She points to the governor. This man has made you think the only way to survive is through violence, she says. He's just a soldier, and not even a good one. Violence only makes small, weak men feel powerful. She turns to the council. He's not powerful. We're powerful. We broke free from Earth. We broke free of war and bigotry and inequality, and we can break free of him, too. Please, she urges, stand with me. Reject Lum and bring in a new era, a colony led by someone born among the stars. She holds her hand to her chest. Me, I can lead this colony. So can I! Mars wheels towards you in shock, but recovers quickly. She smooths down her dress. Yes, one of us. We'll prove to you that you're capable. Mars grabs your elbow and hisses at you. Yabby, what are you doing? I love you like a sibling, but do you really think the council will support you? You have to let me win this one. A vote for me is a vote for us! Mars grabs your hand, looking thrilled by your audacity. If you win this, you'll have a lifelong nemesis in this woman. But what a nemesis! The buzz of the crowd is deafening, like a swarm of bugs all chirping together. Some of the council members are nodding, but it isn't unanimous. This is bullshit, Lums laughs. 2 children saying they can lead the colony? What's the first order of business? Taco Tuesday? Soy sweets for dinner? He waves his hand dismissively. Have your stupid vote, he sneers. We'll let the council decide. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see his guards with their weapons lowered, just waiting. Some of them look as interested in the change of leadership as you are. If you have the council behind you, even Lum's supporters in the military could fall into line. You might just win. Let the council vote. The council stands to deliberate amongst themselves, and one other person too, Uticott. The former governor is unsteady on her feet. She looks at you and Mars, then nods. You see her exchanging words with the council. The council deliberates. You and Mars clasp hands and tensely wait their decision. The council shuffles to the side and deliberates. To your relief, they come to a decision quickly. They must all be unanimous, or the centrists of the colony won't rise against Lum. After a minute, Instance looks up from the group and shouts, "Someone get that man off the stage!" Lum starts to laugh, but stops when he realizes that his own honor guard is coming up onto the stage to cart him away. "Wait," he says, as his arms are held behind his back and he's taken off stage. "You can't do this! I'm the governor! I'm the leader of this godforsaken colony!" You search the crowd for any hint of dissent. The soldiers are uneasy, but everyone else looks just tired and relieved. You can't believe that all it took was a few kids to point out the obvious. The council returns to their positions, and Instance remains standing. "We've decided to reward these young patriots for their bravery by accepting their bid for leadership," she says to the crowd. "On a trial basis," she gives you a meaningful look, "we're pleased to recognize our new governor." Instance turns to you! Yabby! Mars stands beside you, frozen in surprise as the colony cheers your name, then gives you a big hug. "I'm going to destroy you," she says, matter of fact. "You better be prepared to fight, because I'm coming for you." When she pulls away, you're surprised to see that she's smiling. A genuine smile, like she can't wait to make you work for it. She offers you her hand. "I'll be here to keep you honest, Governor." She shuffles forward and directs you to place your hand on your chest and repeat after them. "Perform the swearing-in ceremony. You swear on your honor to act in the best interest of the colony and to uphold the tenets of the Vertumna Group, peace, understanding, and harmony with the planet and each other. Not just for yourself, but for generations to come after you. It's official now. Lum is old news, you won!" The 2 factions of the colony regard each other carefully. "I won!" Oh, and then look, after the festivities, you give everyone 2 whole weeks off. Hell yeah. I'm in charge now, motherfuckers. Ooh, bring the Overseer's deal to the council. You call the council to order and prepare yourself to finally tell everyone the truth. Not only does sentient life exist on Vertumna, but that you've spoken with it. Tell them about the gardeners. Instead of surprise, the look on the council members' faces is guilt. "We know about the aliens, Yabby," Rhett says slowly. "So did Governor Lum. These attacks couldn't have been a natural phenomenon. Something on this planet doesn't want us here." Utopia cuts in. "But you met one?" she exclaims. "What were they like?" You ramble on about everything you've seen, a man who is not a man, an ancient civilization, a planetary consciousness spanning millennia, underground chambers where dead return to life. Tell them about the Overseer's offer. Well, that's that, though, Utopia says. All laid out for us, pretty as you please. Stay in this valley like a herd of cattle, or fight against the planet until we all die. We're not going to die, Pia, Rhett replies firmly. We've lasted this long. We can keep fighting them off every year if we have to. Eventually, they have to realize we're here to stay. Utopia smiles. We ain't going anywhere, all right, but I'm tired of fighting. Sounds like this Overseer might well be too. She turns to the other council members. Would it be so bad? She asks. All we have to do is promise to not spread all over this planet like a virus, and they'll let us live here forever. Heck, they'll even make sure we're fed and watered. Rhett slams his fist on the table. I didn't come to Vertumna to be someone's pet, he growls. Aunt Anne gently lays her hand on your arm before the others start arguing. What should we do, Yabby? We should take them up on their offer. The council room returns to an uneasy peace. The security chief rubs the bridge of his nose. Okay, I guess we're just going to wait for this negotiator then. In glow season, they said. I hope you'll be ready. I'm ready. I was born for this. And now we can govern. It's your first day as governor of the colony. You get a round of applause as you enter command. The first order of business will be choosing your assistant, Seek says. Of course, I offer my services to you. As assistant to the last two governors, I'm genuinely qualified to— Oh, whatever, Mars cuts in. Just because you're older than dirt doesn't mean you're the best person for the job. She strides over to you and pokes you in the chest. Don't even think about choosing me as your assistant, she snaps. I'm officially the leader of the opposition party now. You sputter. Wait, you and Mars were allies! At your confused look, Mars begins to laugh. OMG, your face. I'm kidding. We don't have parties, thank God. I'm not going easy on you, she continues. Someone has to keep speaking truth to power, and it may as well be me. Ooh, maybe I'll start the colony's first independent newsroom and report on anything you do that I don't agree with. I'm gonna keep Mars close. That's right, you better keep her close so you can keep an eye on her, too. Plus, you could use real second opinions, not Seek's kowtowing. Seek rolls their eyes. You children are in for a world of pain when you realize how complicated it is to actually run a colony. They sneer. Call me if you get into trouble. I could use a good laugh. Ha! Mars gives you a high five. All right, she exclaims. Out with the old. New energy only from here on. Now where's my assistant, she mutters. You don't expect me to do your busy work, right? But then who's your assistant's assistant? Or your assistant's assistant's assistant? One of your first tasks as governor was to remove Lum from command, sending him over to Chief Rhett to reassign. Rhett grumbled about it at first, but Lum's much happier as a rank-and-file soldier, honestly. You're surprised when Seek drags him into command like a misbehaving child. Seek pushes Lum in front of them, and he stumbles to the middle of command. Lum has something to tell you, Yabby, they say. Something very important that he should have disclosed the moment you became governor. Lum scowls, and Seek continues. I'm sorry, Lum. Did you think those encrypted messages would just disappear? No, they got shunted to me instead. Oh, shit! That's new information. I already know the truth, actually. You hold up your hand to stop them from picking at each other like stressed-out hop-eyes. You explain you already knew all the ships from Earth. Seek gawks at you. You knew? Well, yes, you explain. You would make a very good governor if you didn't know these kinds of things. 100,000 people, an army from Earth. It would be a huge boon to colonization efforts, or it could erase the progress you've made on this planet and end your parents' dream of a fresh start. Call them off. I already talked to the Overseer, but let's double sure it. After all, I'm in charge now. If I can be of assistance, Seek starts, and all eyes swivel to them. Oh yeah, we've seen this before. They modify the sensor data, and Lum screams the message. Ooh, increased rewards for working as governor. Already? Maybe if we didn't know about that, we would have found out now, because Lum would have had to tell us. You step forward. The Overseer did not mention that the slow extinction of humanity was part of their deal. The other colonists would never accept something as drastic as forced sterilization, living like pets or curiosities in a zoo, dwindling into oblivion behind these walls. You couldn't even ask them to make that choice, which leaves you with two. We need a better deal. Noculescent's patience is running out. Don't worry, I can do this. I've done it before. One. Two. 3. Oh, and look, we are at 700 straight money. That's cool. Noculescent seems impressed. The new terms? The Overseer has agreed to grant the humans reproductive autonomy and limited expansion within your ecological niche, Noculescent offers. Additionally, the gardeners will ensure continued health in the valley, fertile soil, clean water, favorable animal migration patterns, and so on. Behind you, the colonists are beginning to carefully come forward, listening, murmuring in wonder. Your mom comes up beside you and puts her hand on your shoulder. It's what we've wanted this whole time, she says in disbelief. When we left Earth, this is everything we dreamed we could be. A true peace. We agree to your terms. The animals surrounding the colony begin to filter back into the trees, disappearing into the gloom of Lake Low Wilderness. Your knees buckle. You feel like you could sleep for a week. All around you, you hear people crying, in relief maybe, your fear. Tears pour down your face unbidden as the colony clamors around you. Many are smiling, some look numb and scared, some look angry. It hasn't sunk in yet, even as you're hoisted onto someone's shoulders and paraded around the colony. You did it. You won. 20th birthday. You aren't a teenager anymore, so you guess that makes you an adult. The end. Oh, I got the achievement, Every Possible You. We got all the endings. That's bittersweet. Look at us! We look so cool! Governor! At first there was grumbling. A new governor, so young, but you're proved totally capable. You take the colony in a new direction. You never really got along with the old council, or with authority in general. Before long, you begin replacing council members with younger people who are more in line with your kind of reforms. There is some resistance first from the Strato Loyalists, the very adults who raised you, loved you, but despite you ousting Lum, many of the Helios turn out to be powerful allies who are willing to work with you. Once you have the security squads firmly on your side, the other departments fall in line. Mars declares herself the head of an official opposition party. She keeps you on your heels for years without success, and eventually retires from politics and takes over Chief Seek's job as Chief Administrator. As Chief Administrator, of course, she has even more sway on the council, as well as a fair bit of power on her own. She's almost more of a pain in the butt than she was before. The gardeners approve of your choices as governor, or at least they don't seem to care what you do, so long as you people stay within the valley surrounding the colony. Under your leadership, Expeditions becomes a conservation department and helps the gardeners maintain ecological stability and clean up a few human-created messes. What about Mars? The indomitable Marzipan. She'll always be a little bitter that you stole leadership from her after she planned the coup, though she never actively undermines you like she did Lum. It's always a sore point between the two of you. Mars is capable and a mostly honest chief administrator, someone you come to rely on as years pass. She takes her role seriously, and the two of you forge a new relationship between governor and administrator, part second in command, part confidant, part nemesis. She never tires of debating with you, and though it strains your relationship sometimes, you know that she means well, and it helps to have someone willing to tell it to you straight. You're glad that you circumvented her claim for the governorship and brought peace to Vertumna. You're not sure if she would have done the same, but you're glad she's on your side now. Vertumna's your home now, and you've made it a good one. We die as governor. The power. Oh, what a good ending. We finally got governor, and we got all of the endings. Alright, and somebody mentioned they wanted to see all of the careers in the gallery, so let's go through them. We've got architect, astronaut, athlete, botanist, collector, doctor, entertainer, explorer, farmer, governor, hero, hobbyist, hunter, lawyer, merchant, novelist, parent, professor, rancher, rebel, roboticist, and now for the special endings, ran away, colony destroyed, disabled the array, life on Earth, joined the gardeners, strato destroyed, transcended time, and tangents cure. Those are all the endings. Talk about craziness. I can't believe we have them all. Oh my goodness, all that's left is the golden run. Okay, so I did some looking up, and it looks like there isn't really a way to get a real poly relationship like we did with Mars and Rex. The closest you can get is what we saw, which is the you're dating Rex, and he's like, oh, Nomi's my platonic soulmate, and you gotta be okay with that. And, you know what? That's totally chill. I totally get that. So it looks like we've reached the end of our Rex run, which is kind of sad, because it means the only thing left is the golden run, and then we're all done with this game. I'm gonna miss it so much, and we haven't even stopped yet. Out of the 3 endings, I very much did like the governor. I think it was cool, and I like that how Mars isn't really... I mean, obviously she's upset with you in a way, but she's excited about the challenge too. I like that. And I also just love Rex and Nomi. They're such sweethearts. I'm glad we saved the sweetest characters for last. But on we go now to the golden run. If you have any advice for me, let me know. I'm gonna need all of it if we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna get through it together. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, run the colony well, and have a good day.